Alright, hello everybody. I think that I am live. This is your friend in the Garden Tarot. I'm back from a bit of a hiatus. I have not been feeling well the last couple of weeks, and that's because of a lot of things. Probably just not getting good quality sleep or enough sleep. I have a dental problem that I have not taken care of yet, which causes me some discomfort, and I also seem to have developed it's either a gallbladder issue, or maybe I'm allergic to gluten. I'm not sure which it is, but whatever it is, I was having problems with that as well. But I am back, and I'm offering my usual free readings. Hey Latoya, it's good to see you. There is a bit of a lag of about 15 minutes or so. I'm not sure. Oh good, you heard me right away. I was on earlier today and it was like a 15-second lag. So how's it going for you, Latoya? Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I am feeling a lot better today, but it's been a little while. It's not, it's like, I don't know if you've ever had chronic conditions. I never have. It's kind of an old person thing that started, but it sometimes makes it hard to get motivated to get up and do the things you want to do, So yep, free readings, whatever your question is, assuming you have one. Maybe you just came to say hi. I've started another couple of ventures besides doing the readings on YouTube. I've started a Substack, and I'm also going to start doing auctions on Whatnot. I am selling off all my kind of small knick-knacky things, my vintage things, so that I can build up a little nest egg just in case this dental problem decides to go way south, or yada yada yada. But the Substack is called Tired Retired, and then I have a Substack called In the Garden Tarot. And what I'll probably be doing is doing pick a card pre-recorded things, and I'll put them on Substack. But Substack gives me the option to also have them posted here as well. Just one question for the free readings. You can have multiple questions for the donation readings. So if you want to pay the $10, we can do multiple questions. Does he want to come towards you in a romantic sense, or more like in a let's just all get along sense? I need to put my phone up where I can see it. Get stuck. There we go. So we're looking at romantic. Is he wanting to come towards you? Am I understanding that right? Okay. So Latoya, what I'd like you to do as I shuffle the cards is I want you to think about the situation that you're asking a question about. And I just want to ask spirits, ancestors, angels, guides, to give us some information on the situation with Tay. The situation with Tay. What's Tay's attitude towards Latoya? As the father of her child, So he has to be in her life. You want him to be in her life. But what's he up to? What's he thinking with regard to that relationship? Well, let's see. Move my little rock. So here we go. The first card we have here is the Seven of Coins. So what that tells me is that what you want is to build something with this person. You know, what that something is, you want that person to put in the effort, because, you know, they are the father. They are in your life. Hey, Juicy. It's good to see you. Hi, Theo. If you guys want a reading, let me get my paper and put you on a list here. Juicy will be, let's see, Taya will be after Latoya, and then Juicy after Teo. Yeah, well, the general vibe that I'm getting here is that you're wanting him to build something with you. Not necessarily a family or a relationship, but, you know, to be involved. Okay, the next card we have here is the Emperor card. That is a major arcana. Yeah, Theo, give me a minute. Let me finish Latoya's reading, and then I'll get to yours. So, right now it's kind of a who's the boss kind of situation. Hi, Apple. I figured with Martini it might be you. Excuse me, Theodora. Did I say you were male? I don't remember. But give me a second. Let me focus on Latoya's message. So I think what's happening with him is he wants to feel like he is a stable and strong man. And yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. He wants to feel that way, and he wants to be seen that way. So my suggestion to you, I don't know how you behave towards him. Hi, Shell. You are number 3 in my queue. And then I'll ask you then for a question. So do you feel like you're giving him, not that the respect that he deserves, because he may not deserve it, but do you feel like you're treating him like an adult, like an equal, or are you treating him more like a bother or like a child? Because what he's wanting is to be seen as this strong authority that can take charge and do all the things. Okay, and then the last card I have for you is the 3 of Coins. And when we look at the 3 of Coins, the solution here is, and it kind of connects with this here. The two of you have to come to a place where you're working to go out together toward a common goal. So your goal that you have in common is what's best for your child, right? So I think that there needs to be mutual respect, healthy boundaries, and a desire from both parties to build something together, to work as a team in the best interest of your child. So maybe instead of trying to, I don't know what your intentions are, but maybe try and have a little bit more of a boundary with him and say, let's talk about our child and only our child. Let it just be that. Let that be the space that we interact in, and don't interact in any other space. All right. You are, I hope that was helpful, Latoya. You'll have to let me know how it's going. I'm going to type my queue in so everybody knows where they are in the queue. So the next person in my queue is going to be Theo. And then after Theo will be Juicy. And then after Juicy will be Shell. All right. So Theo, if you wouldn't mind, please, can you restate what your question was? Because it kind of goes up in the Sometimes I have a hard time finding it. Yeah. Well, remember, we have no control over the behavior or the choices of other people. Okay? So if you're trying it and it's not working, then you have to move forward with what you know. You're welcome, Latoya. It's good to see you. Okay, Theo, if you will go ahead and restate your question, please. What are Dimitri's feelings for me? I'm Theodora. Theodora, do you mind me calling you Theo? Let me know if you want to be called Theodora. I'm kind of going on Theo, which is a lovely name because isn't that like adored by God or something? Doesn't it mean something like that? Okay. So Theodora, what I'd like you to do, I'm going to start shuffling the cards, and I want you to think about your situation as I shuffle the cards. Think about the situation with Dimitri. You're wondering how he's feeling, then think about what he is feeling. Hi, Zara. So, Theo, I hope that you're thinking about it. Theo, go ahead and focus on the situation you want answers to, because I'm shuffling the cards for you. I'm asking Spirit. I'm opening to Spirit to give me some information that would be helpful to Theo with regard to Dimitri. I hope I'm saying the name right. Regard to the gentleman that they are interested in. I ask the angels and the ancestors, the good spirits out there, to give some advice, because you stand outside the realm of time and space, so you can see things that we cannot yet see. Okay, Theo, let's see what it has to say. The first card I see is the Six of Swords, and it's reversed. So I don't know whether it's him or you, but somebody's been on rather a rocky journey. They've been having some struggles in their journey, and I don't mean like life in general, like whatever the situation is, it hasn't been all smooth sailing. The next one we have is the Five of Coins. So what we see here is a feeling. There's kind of two ways to look at the Five of Coins, depending. Latoya, I think it's, if he is not willing to join with you in that task, then it's going to be a maybe. I hope that answers your questions. Theo, with the Five of Coins, there is a sense of impoverishment, like I don't have enough of what I need in order to do what you are wanting from that person. That can be actual, like physical need, like they don't have a job or they don't have enough money, but it can also be just a spiritual impoverishment, a feeling like they don't belong or they're rejected in some way. And then the last card we have here is the Magician. I think that with the Magician there, it's someone who is kind of getting their, I'm trying not to use foul language, getting their stuff together. Like, I feel like they are going to get their stuff together and be able to move towards you. They're not, things are a little rough right now. So I would give it a month to see if things change. I would suggest that in that month, whatever your spiritual practice is, that you be praying or lighting a candle or whatever, wanting the highest good for all people in that situation while that month passes. And then, see where you are then. That would be my advice for you, but there's definitely some kind of issue of impoverishment, because even when I look at the bottom of the deck, I have this reversed 8 of coins, which means that someone is working on improving themselves. Like they're either making themselves more a more skilled worker or a better person. They're working on themselves. If they're running into some troubles. So I guess my answer is yes, I think that they will move towards you, but right now they're not. They need some gentleness and some maybe, some coaxing. Don't completely be cold to them and make them think you're not interested, but at the same time, don't be like, must have you now. Lioness kind of energy. Okay. So next person up is my friend Juicy. Juicy, do you have a question? Renee, you are up if you have a question. Latoya, if you're still here, don't forget you can go back and watch the recording to remember what was said. You're welcome, Theo. It was nice to meet you. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like. So I'm looking for my friend Juicy, and after Juicy is going to be Shell and then Zara. Okay, you want to know if Mark wants to be more than friends with you. Okay. So I'll ask you the same thing I ask everybody. Go ahead and shuffle while I'm shuffling. I want you to think about the situation. Think about the situation. I was going to say, try not to think about your feelings about it, but rather just focus on Mark's feelings. So what are Mark's feelings? Is he wanting to be more of a friend? I think that my friend Juicy here needs a clearer answer from him, so she knows what to do. But I ask again for Spirit. I'm open to Spirit. I'm asking Spirit to draw near. From your point of view, you see everything so much clearer than we do. Let's give Juicy an answer regarding Mark. What are Mark's intentions towards her? I'm laughing at Zara's comment, sorry. Okay, Juicy. Let's see. 6 of Coins. The 6 of Coins is about kindness and a charitable sense of mind. It's agape love. So, on the face of it, I would say, no, he's not looking for anything more than a friendship. However, when I look at the actual card, it's a man begging a woman. So I do feel like this is very much a Empress energy, and someone who, the way I'm wanting to interpret this, and I'm going to go ahead and do that for now, is he wants to worship you. I don't know that he's not like in this space where he's going to confess his feelings maybe, but he's definitely in a place where he admires you and he sees you, puts you a little bit on a pedestal. Okay, and then the next card that comes up is the Devil. I think that he is really struggling to know how he feels. You know how men are. Excuse me, men, if you're men. But sometimes, men are not raised to be in contact with their feelings. So he may not be really clear on where his feelings are because he's not used to having to deal with them. He's used to dealing with what things of the mind, what he thinks and what he can do, and not so much about how he feels. So he's struggling a little bit, and I would say that he may be fearful. I don't know if he's been in relationships before where it's been where he has brought a lot of baggage. We all have baggage. Some people have more baggage than others. I think that he's fearful of the baggage that he carries and fearful of getting hurt. Maybe he's fearful. Maybe he senses that you're on the fence on him, and he's afraid he's going to get turned down. Ooh, Scorpio. Well, they can get jealous, which might also possibly be interpreted that we could see the devil as a sense of, he has a possessiveness and a jealousy. Ooh, girl, you are opposites. Okay, and then the last card is Temperance. So you got two major arcanas here. So I will tell you that whatever the two of you decide as a relationship, being balanced is going to be so very important, because you are stubborn, Tauruses are stubborn, and Scorpios are stubborn, and Scorpio holds grudges, and Tauruses have a hard time forgiving people. So I think that it can be very exciting. You can be very attractive to him, but it definitely takes a maturity level and a willingness to work on it for a relationship. And this is just a general statement. I don't know the rest of the planets in your charts. I don't know the aspects, but generally speaking, a Taurus-Scorpio match can be a very passionate, but also one that where stubbornness and possessiveness are kind of a stumbling block. All right, my friend, that's what I have for you. And what I'm looking at now, if you've just come in and I missed you, please let me know. I'm about to type my Q in again. Oh, Juicy, before you go, I got my passport in the mail. I had to renew my passport. So next up we have Shell and then Zara. So Shell, if you are still here, I am ready for your question. Okay, talk to you later. Shell, are you still here? I have two, so I get the feeling that maybe Cheryl's not here. Oh yeah, it was good news. It was a next step in moving forward in things. To be honest, so do I, Zara. Next step, Apple, is I'm selling off all my knickknacks and things on Whatnot, so that I can build up some cash. Okay, one more request for Shell. Are you here? Okay, so I'm gonna, Zara, you're gonna be next, and I'm gonna put Shell after you, just in case they fell out for some reason. Zara, do you have a question? It's very knight in shining armor, isn't it, Zara? Where do you plan on going internationally, Wes? I don't have a solid plan yet, but I'm looking at Guatemala at first, possibly Panama, and then I'll be moving because I can only stay. Well, we can just do like a general energies kind of reading. It doesn't have to be a specific question. Do you want to do that? So right now I haven't but back to your question, I haven't really decided yet. My next goal is to pay off some bills and to get some savings together, and then we'll see where I am. But I plan to move around because if you can only stay in a country for so long. So like if it's 3 months in one country and then maybe 3 months in another country, that kind of thing. We'll see. So Zara, should we go with a just general energies kind of reading? Okay. You made a dark feminine subliminal. Maybe question pertain to that. Sure, if you can tell me what that means. What do you mean when you say a dark feminine subliminal? When you say you made it, like, are you talking about like a servitor? Help me out. Help an old lady out. Oh, good question. Okay. So Zara, I want you to think about that right now. What is Zara attracting? What is Zara attracting? What energies are coming around her because of her, just because of her, like the energy she's putting out? What is that attracting? We're open to Spirit. Let Spirit speak through these cards. And from your vantage point, give us some useful information regarding what kind of energy Zara is pulling into her life. What is she attracting into her life, whether she knows it or not? Okay, here we go. Ooh, 2 cups, girl. So you are definitely attracting in like-minded people. When we look at the 2 cups, we have people that are connecting on a spiritual and emotional level. So we're not just in our heads, we're connecting on a very vibrational level. So that's good. Ooh, and then right after that, the moon. My goodness, Zara, you are definitely putting out that feminine energy. Whether it's dark or light, I don't even care. But you're definitely connecting with what I would call the dark goddess energy, which I need to clarify. When we talk about the dark goddess, we're not talking about anything negative. We're talking about the warm and enveloping and safe and mysterious energy of the moon and the darkness and the stars. And then the last card we have here is the 10 of Coins, but it's reversed. So how does your family feel about you connecting or you exploring this energy? Because the 10 of Coins reversed kind of means to me that it is causing, or it will cause, a little bit of a ripple in the force in your family situation, in your home situation, and nothing major to worry about. But I think that as we're, especially in your case, as we're becoming adults and our parents are letting go of us as children and starting to see us as adults, there's kind of a neutral air. There's an area there where they go back and forth. So there might be a little bit of a ripple of discomfort there. I do see on the end you have the 8 of Wands reversed. So with the 8 of Wands reversed, my advice would be to be slow about things and take your time. So working with this new energy in your life, don't be in a rush to make it happen. don't be in a rush to make it happen. Take the time to really kind of, it's like, this is the image that came to me. Take it for what's worth. When you get in a jacuzzi, you don't just jump in and jump back out again. You sink into the warmth and you relax into it, and you thoroughly enjoy the experience of it. So it's the same thing with this path. Let's thoroughly enjoy the experience of it. Let's enjoy the journey and not be in a rush to go around the next bend or to find out. Yeah. So, parents are what they are. But enjoy the journey. Take your time in the journey. Don't be in a rush. From their spirit's perspective, this is a hard concept to wrap your mind around on this plane. You literally have all the time in the world. You have all the time in the world. So take that time. But yeah, some really good energy you're connecting here with. Alrighty. So, Shell, I don't know if you came back or not. Oh, it looks like I lost everybody here. I'm not sure. It looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and say the queue is open. Queue is open, and I am here. You're welcome, Zara. So good to see you. I'm glad that you were able to make it in. Be gentle with your parents. They don't know the grown-ups, Zara. They only know the child they raised. Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much. It's so funny. What do you want? Would you like to explore a relationship with this person? You're funny. No, they don't, honey. Remember, they changed your diapers. Talking to Zara there. Yeah, still pretty far off. We're still looking at sometime next year. And I may, circumstances can change between now and then. I don't know. But I'm trying to stick in the... I know you wanted to marry him, but do you want to... I'm going to take that as yes, you would like to explore the relationship again. Yeah, that might be the baggage that I was talking about. But I think he is interested in you. I just think he's kind of what's what I'm looking for? Like careful. He's being careful. Scorpios are very secretive too, so he may think he's being real obvious in his interest, but he's really not, because Scorpios are so inscrutable. Zara, I don't even know the darker aspects of you. To me, you always just seem full of light. But of course, like I said earlier, darker does not mean bad or evil. History. Yeah, Juicy, you're a bad influence on me, you and others, because when I talk to folks in your position or watch something where the people are older and dating, you make me think maybe I'm missing out on something. So I don't know if you were in the room while I mentioned this, but I have I'm starting to do auctions, live auctions on Whatnot. And I'm moving things over to Substack, I think. Phantom had suggested Twitch, but Twitch is just too crazy for me. A lot of people don't know. So are you in the... Zara, how would I, if I were to be, and I am, if I were open-minded and very woo-woo in my philosophy, how would you define yourself to me? Because I'm getting this like kind of witchcraft vibe. Am I on the right track there? Or are you a psychopath going out and killing people, and that's your dark side? I hope not. This isn't a Dexter situation, is it? Yeah, Substack. It's a blogging site, but they have different features that YouTube doesn't have, so it kind of combines some of the features of YouTube. And it suggested to me, it's a quieter space, it's a more thoughtful space. Not to say that Twitch isn't, but when I went and looked at Twitch, it was just too chaotic for me. Your energy shifts a lot. So what are we talking? What are we talking now? Are we talking hormones or bipolar, or you know what? Don't answer that question. That is none of my business. None of my business. Yeah, I didn't think it. I mean, I didn't see it that way. Not with the Moon card and the Two of Cups. But just a deeper, more passionate person, maybe hiding under the surface of someone who's kind of putting out more of a cheerful, and cheerful is the wrong word, like a happy-go-lucky cheerleader energy, but deep down inside there's more. Yeah, I mean, right now I'm basically selling everything I've purchased from Sabrina and Kat, probably at a loss. But once I got that taken care of, I'll start selling my arts and crafts things there. I messed up. He's a Libra, but the cards don't lie. Huh. A shapeshifter. Ooh, are you like a werewolf? Libra man. Well, I think that might actually be a better match than Scorpio Taurus. As long as you give the Libra the freedom to do what they want to do, because Libras, they don't like being tied down and restricted, and I think that could be a problem for him. But the nice thing about Libras is they want everything to be good for everybody. Oh, interesting. Hey girl, so do I. How? So are you going to be exploring that dominant side as a possible profession? Your sister's a Libra. Oh, so you know all about that. My house of friends is ruled by Libra. So I tend, and I don't have any planets there. Oh, do I? I do. I have Uranus in my house of friendships, so I tend to have weird friends. Surprise, surprise. Unique friends. Zara, I had actually did a reading for a lady who was a dominatrix. Maybe you'll just be the CEO of a big company. Maybe that's how you'll express that dominance. I think what you might find frustrating about a Libra, Julie, is that they have that duality that, like they're one way or the other, constantly changing. So that might be frustrating for a Taurus. Never say never, Zara. No, I'm kidding. It sounds to me like you're just exploring some things that you never considered before, and that's healthy. Juicy, I do feel, I don't think I could do it, but I would not deny that appeals to me. That does appeal to me. But honestly, I don't think I could keep a straight face. I don't think I've got the right personality to do that. What was I watching? It seems like I was watching some kind of documentary that talked about that. But it escapes me at the moment. Maybe, Zara. Maybe. So guys, just FYI, I'm thinking of, I don't know whether I'm going to continue with just the lives. With the lives, I'm not sure. I'll still probably do the pick-a-cards, and I'll still offer probably private readings, but I don't know if I'll be doing the lives as much as I have in the past. I've probably said that before. Just because of the up and downs of my health makes it hard to be consistent, and consistency is key. He might be. I don't know how adventurous a Libra he is. Maybe save that for if the relationship actually comes to something. How did we get into this 50 Shades of Grey conversation? Does anyone have anything exciting coming up? Some kind of trip or activity? Thank you, Juicy. For entertainment purposes only. Yeah, I'm okay right now, but it just, it's hard to it's hard to be, because of the sometimes struggling with having enough sleep and rest and all that, it makes it hard to commit to something that's on a regular schedule. That's my trouble. Just Halo. Oh, you're too funny. Yeah? Are you dressing up for Halloween? Are you going to a party or anything? I bet Zara's working on Halloween. She works a lot. What day of the week is Halloween this year? I don't even know. I don't even know. Well, you should. You should go out and have fun. I heartily encourage you. And if I ever end up in another country in a place where I can have a guest, I'll certainly welcome you. Friday, it's a Friday. Wow. That's a good date night. Just saying. That's a perfect night actually to dress up and just, do the things. Aw. Be careful about the emojis. Nightbot gets really upset if you do too many emojis. He'll put you in timeout. Anyone else doing something fun for Halloween? The fun thing I do for Halloween is I hide in the back of the house. 50 Shades. Yeah, actually. If you think about Friday as ruled by Venus, and Venus is definitely the goddess of love and pleasure and sensuality. So, and beauty. So all those things rolled into a Halloween theme sounds like fun to me. I'm getting ready to do my next post, and I think I might talk about the difference between Friday night dates and Saturday night dates. I don't know. Taurus, yeah, you're ruled by Venus. So is Libra. So that's a good connection for you and a Libra. Have a lot in common. I think I told you my moon is in Taurus, which it's exalted in Taurus. That's a very good moon placement. But it's in my 7th house, my relationship house. So maybe that's good, maybe that's not good. I don't know. I think I read somewhere, I have my true, as long as it ends on a Saturday because you had fun and not because you got stupid drunk and you just blacked out and you woke up in a strange place. As long as that Saturday when you wake up is not in a hospital, you're good. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Don't rush it. I am not the person to give dating advice. I have never really dated. I've been in 4 relationships in my entire life. I'm just not a dater, so. And now I'm done. I'm done with relationships. Unless I have the influence of evil people. So how's the weather there? Are you starting to have a full-on fall weather? Oh, I was watching The Late Show with Stephen Colbert from Monday night, and he made kind of a funny joke about, you know, in Portland, Oregon, people are dressing up in those like frog suits and dinosaur suits and interacting with ICE there and the National Guard. He made a joke that something along the lines of, they better not come to New York because in about a month they're going to have to deal with the granddaddy of all inflatables because, you know, the Macy's Day Parade. It was a pretty funny joke. I kind of ruined it, but it was funny. Supposedly he's going to deploy them to Memphis, which was about 100 miles from me. Which honestly, I don't know. Memphis is supposedly a very dangerous city. I think it's like #1 most dangerous city in the United States. The clocks can be right at least twice a day, right? Yeah, probably YouTube Land. I'm not going to any of the Chatty Kitty or Cat or Sabrina's auctions anymore. It's just too tempting. I hope everything goes well with Mark. You too, hon. It's good to see you again. Try and stay out of trouble. Thank you. Okay, so I am about an hour into my time here, and the queue is open if you'd like to get a free reading. Just post your question in the chat, and I will jump right on it for you. My name's Teresa, and this is In the Garden Tarot. Of course, I'd always like it if you like and subscribe, because as I'm sure you've heard a zillion times, it helps the channel. I'm noticing that there's a shadow of the camera right there because of the light where I'm located at the moment. I'll have to do something about that. But I'm going to be quiet for a minute. I am keeping an eye on the chat in case you come in and you have a question. Just let me know. Hey, Zara. You're back, Zara. Influence of extreme financial generosity and being spoiled in dating. Oh my goodness, girl. I don't know how to take that. I hope that is you're not speaking from a particular point of view. I would be concerned about you. You know, it's been my experience that people that are extremely generous are people who want to control you. I'm not saying generosity in general, but people that are like, showering you, they're love bombing you is the expression, with all kinds of, compliments and flattery and gifts and trips and things like that. That is like classic narcissistic control thing. So be careful of that sort of thing. Are you going to be doing anything special for Halloween, Zara? Yeah, I don't know. It's the nearest large city to me, is Memphis. But I seem to recall on some kind of website that like listed the most dangerous cities. Memphis was either number one or up there. And somewhere along the line, of course you don't know, seems like Memphis was talked about as a possible place to send the National Guard to pick up trash. But unlike Portland, I think it is kind of a dangerous city as far as cities go. It's nice to see you again. Yeah, the queue is open. Go for it. What's your question? Okay, great. Priya, if you will focus on your question while I'm shuffling the cards, I'm going to do that now. Just think about that situation. Priya has a question about a particular person and what they're going to do next towards Priya. What are they going to do next that affects Priya? Opening the spirit. Hoping that you will give Priya some clear guidance in this situation. I hope you get invited to one, Zara. I think I said that my Halloween plans are to hide in the back so no trick-or-treaters come to my door. Okay, Priya? Getting ready to lay your cards down here. What are the actions of this person towards her? What's the next thing they're going to do? Okay, Priya, here we go. The first card is the Nine of Swords reversed. I'm so glad to see that. So I don't know if they've been kind of putting you through some things, like whether intentionally or unintentionally causing you some discomfort, some emotional distress in the past, but I think that that's going to be ending soon. After that we have the Eight of Swords. However, there are some, as they say, sticky wickets here. Do you have a positive relationship with this person? Because we're definitely getting some negative cards. I'm concerned about this person wanting to restrict your actions and kind of curtail your freedom. I don't know if that's healthy. And in a codependent relationship, you know, you are participating in that restriction and control. I see. Okay. And the last card is the Death card reversed. So I will say that it's not over between the two of you, but there are a lot of things that need to be worked out. So I don't foresee this happening in any swift manner. I see the Ace of Cups on the bottom, so there is love there. There are feelings there. But there's a lot of things that are not good happening or in the dynamic between the two of you. Hi, Sky. Sky, I'm working on Priya's reading right now, and then you can be next if you like. I've got you in the queue. So Priya, I don't know. I don't like the vibes I'm seeing here. I think that you probably need to take a step back from this relationship and let things settle down. Make sure that you are untied from any like psychic bonds that you might have with this person. Yeah, you do definitely still have feelings for each other. I mean, I see that with the Ace of Cups there on the bottom of the deck. And I'm not saying that the relationship won't work out. In fact, with the Death reversed, it's not over. It's not over, but there are some things, there are some hurt feelings and some unhealthy connections and not good, healthy boundaries between the two of you. So work on your own psychic health, and hopefully they'll work on theirs, and it'll come together in a more positive way in the future. All right. So Sky, I'm ready for you if you'd like to give me your question. I don't think he's going to contact you, honey. There's too much pain there. I don't even have to pull another card for that. I can tell by the Death card reversed and that Eight of Swords reversed. So no, I don't think you're going to be hearing from him anytime soon. I'm sorry, hon. Okay, Sky, whenever you're ready. John's current feelings and thoughts about you. Absolutely. Sky, I want you to focus on that question. Focus on the situation you want answers to. While I shuffle the cards and I open to Spirit here. Spirit's guide wants to know about the status of John's feelings towards her at the moment. You're welcome, Priya. Sky, I hope you're focusing on your situation here as I shuffle the cards. We want to know John's current feelings towards Sky. So, first card we have here is the Four of Swords. So with the Four of Swords, the feelings are they want to take a break. With swords, it's things of the mind rather than the heart. I think that not necessarily because of you, but maybe their circumstances, other things going on in their life that makes them need to take a break. If they're a person who meditates, to meditate, they need time to themselves to think about things. Do you know what their astrological sign is? Hi, Gracie. Gracie, you're right after Sky. I'm going to put you on my list. The next card that comes up for John is Temperance. Q and John is Temperance. And so there again, it kind of, we have this need to take a break, take a step back and think and ponder and find out how they really feel. And then we have Temperance, which means that things have been, thank you so much, Gracie. Things may have been very what's what I'm looking for? Like really passionate and lots of energy one way or the other. Sky, I'm going to take a moment and change my cue up so everyone knows where they stand in the list here. Give me a minute. So here's the cue at the present moment. I'm working with Sky right now. After Sky will be Gracie. And after Gracie will be Roddy. Okay. So Sky, do you know what his sign is? So things have been very back and forth and very unbalanced with the relationship. And what you're being encouraged to do here is to find some equilibrium. You know, when we look at temperance, we look at the alchemy of a relationship, the give and the take of a relationship. He's a Leo, okay. So Leos can be very devoted and dedicated, so that's a good thing. So look at the back and forth and the flow between you. Is there a good balance between you? Is there a yin-yang kind of thing going on? Or is one person doing more than the other? Or is one person like excess? The word excess keeps coming to mind. So we need to come to a place of balance. We need to make sure that the chemicals we're mixing with our alchemy and the temperance card are not we're not doing bases and acids, right? We're doing things that blend and harmonize together, not things that go against the grain and cause disruption. And then the last card we have here is the Two of Cups. Now, Two of Cups is a good card for a relationship, but it is reversed. So I feel like John doesn't know how he feels about things right now. I mean, I feel like maybe that's why they need to clear their head with that Four of Swords. They're not feeling the connection that maybe they felt in the past, and that may be causing them confusion, and maybe the reason why they're needing a break. And maybe you need a break too. I mean, it's two-sided. The card that we have on the bottom of the deck for this relationship is the Five of Wands. So this is definitely warring. It's like fighting. It is a fire energy, so unless you're also a fire sign, that probably is speaking more to him. He's fighting for control. So he's kind of in a situation where he's dealing with a lot of stuff. Whether that stuff is internal or whether it's external forces. But with regard to him, I think that his feelings, he doesn't know how he feels about you right now. And I think he's confused and needs a little bit of a break. That would be my answer for you, Sky. All right. So thank you, Sky. I hope that was helpful. I really encourage you to focus on the alchemy of a relationship. I think it is reflective. I mean, assuming you know what's going on in his life, and there's nothing in his life that appears to be really causing that, I would say that he is really struggling. Now, he may be at a certain age in his life where he struggles with things. I mean, men and women come to a point in their life where they struggle internally. Like men might struggle with the freedom versus settling down. Women might struggle with my clock's ticking, to give an example. You're welcome, honey. Okay, Gracie. I'm going to say AS because I can't pronounce the words. Is he busy or is he ignoring you? Okay, good. So Gracie, if you will focus on that question while I shuffle the cards. Gracie would like to know what AS's feelings are. Are they just busy or are they ignoring her? Show her the truth. Show her the truth. Show her the way. Okay, Four of Cups. They're ignoring you, straight up. Not because of anything you've done. They're just kind of not very happy with their life right now. The Four of Cups, we have a sense of boredom and dissatisfaction with our lives in general. And you may notice that only 3 of the 4 cups is showing. That's because there's opportunities here that they're missing because they're so up in their, like, oh, poor me vibe. The next card we have is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So, yeah, I think they're probably a little bit down in the dumps right now, and because of that, they are ignoring you. Probably other people too. They're in a downward cycle right now. So that doesn't mean that things can't change, like literally in the next hour, in the next day, in the next week, because the cycle, as you know, when you're down on the cycle of the energy, you have only one thing but to go up. So they might be on an upswing in about a month from now. And then the last card we have here is the Page of Swords. Notice where the Page of Swords is looking. They're looking at that Wheel of Fortune. So even though they're down the dumps now, they're someone who is not afraid of a challenge. So I think that even though they might feel a little defeated and disappointed with their life right now, they're definitely up for the challenge. And I think that you will see a change in them. Taking the wheel as a month cycle, in about a month they'll probably start perking up and giving you a little bit more attention. And then the final thing, the thing on the bottom of the deck for this one, is we have the 8 of Coins. So they're working really hard on some kind of project. So they might also be busy. The 8 of Coins is kind of represents someone who is training in something, like they're learning something new, or they're developing their skills, or even like developing their selves as a person on the inside. That's kind of where their focus is right now. So keep that in mind. And if you care about them, if you want them in your life, be patient with them. Okay? Alright, so I'm up to you. Where'd you go? Ratty, if you're still here, and I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, Ratty, you are up if you want to go ahead and post your question. You're welcome, hon. Best of luck. Ready? Are you here? There you are. R's current feelings for you. Okay, so go ahead and focus on R. We're asking Spirit, we're opening to Spirit, we're opening it up. Those spirits who are particularly good at relationships are welcome to give us some kind of clue as to what's going on with R. Why is there no contact? Have you been dating people that are for a while, or are they someone you kind of have a crush on, and maybe you went on one date with them and then that was it? I guess what I'm getting at here is, what is the reason for the no contact situation? Have you met them in real life, or are they just someone you met that you're talking to online? First card we see here is the 5 of Cups reversed. Did you two break up or something? With the 5 of Cups, that's You've got 2 5s in a row here. One upright, one reversed. 5s are definitely energy of conflict. I'm not really getting anything specific to why they're not contacting you. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what came into my mind. He's just not that into you. I think he liked you and everything, but I don't think he's so into you that he is making time to pursue that relationship. Hi, Samantha. They are getting over something that's upset them. And they are not happy. So I think if you have feelings for them, my best advice for you is to back off a little bit. And I don't know whether you actually interact with each other in person a lot or not, but I don't think that they're all that interested. I think they're looking elsewhere, and not necessarily because they don't like you. They just they might have other things going on that you don't know about that's got them they're just not into it. How was my day? My day was okay, Samantha. How was your day, Samantha? Let's see, you're in Costa Rica, so that means you're probably in the fall. Hey Devaya, welcome in. It's good to see you again. Devaya, I don't know if you know Samantha, I don't expect you to, but she came in, she's from Costa Rica, and I was telling her I was just talking to my friend in Peru. You're welcome, Reddy. Type of guy you attract. Well, I'll tell you that has a lot to do with where you are in your soul. Are you emotionally in a healthy place? I think that generally, if you're emotionally healthy, you attract what you, I guess, what you're sending out. But let me see. I would like to know if I attract older guys. Okay, Samantha, how old are you? I think you told me you were 21? You're welcome, Roddy. Well, Samantha, it didn't like something you did, Nightbot. I don't know whether you put a bunch of emojis. Samantha, you're 21, if I remember correctly. You're female. Yes, older men are going to be attracted to you, period. I can tell you that without even reading the cards. But your question kind of went away. Can you restate your question? I don't know what happened to it. Yes, Candy. Devaya, do you want to do a reading as well? I'm going to put you on the list just in case. And then Candy. So I was asking Samantha. Yeah, it doesn't like it when you send a lot of emojis. Samantha, can you restate your question? I mean, forget about older guys. Yes, if you're a young female, you're going to be attracted to older guys. I mean, that's just a biological thing. They're going to be attracted to you. You dropped your question. Okay. You want to go ahead and pick it up or pick up a new question? What kinds of guys do I attract? There we go. So Samantha wants to know what kinds of guys they attract. So I'm going to tell you exactly what comes into my head. Take it for what it's worth. The word that came into my head as I asked that question was creeps. I hope that's not true. Let's see, what kind of guys does Samantha attract? Let's see what we got. Okay, we got the Ten of Coins or Ten of Wands reversed. We have the Eight of Swords reversed, and we have the Two of Wands upright. Now I'm looking at this as like, where are they looking? I think you're probably attracting guys who, two kinds of guys. This is going to be harsh, so make sure you're sitting down. One kind of guy who just, and it may not be negative necessarily, does not want any excess burden. So the way I interpret that is they're not commitment, they're not interested in commitment. The second thing that I see with the Eight of Swords is they're also, it reinforces this idea of not wanting to be trapped, which someone who is still, okay, I'm going to have to type this. I think the vernacular is this. We're giving off this kind of energy. Does that feel right? Does that feel like the kind of people that have come around lately? I don't know if my response to that has shown up yet. With the Two of Wands there, though, there is a longing. There's a longing going on here for something else. So, assuming that that longing is yours, I would suggest, cards aside, that you think about where are you meeting these people, and is it a relation? I mean, if you're looking for a serious relationship, then you're looking in the wrong places for that. So you want to pull to you the energies of whatever kind of relationship you want. If you want just fun and games, where you're doing great, you're pulling the right energy. But yeah, it may have been blocked. The word I was using was, I'm going to use a euphemism. a good time boy. A good time boy. So if you're looking for just to have some fun, then you're definitely drawing that kind of energy. If you're looking for something more, then you're looking in the wrong place, would be my answer to that. Okay, so next up is Devaya, and then after Devaya is going to be Candy, and then I see Savi, you'll be after Candy. I'm going to put the cue up here. Okay, good. It's my pleasure. So, Devaya, if you're still here, you are up. Oh, you didn't? I'm sorry. I have a medical appointment in 10 days. Is it better to wait where I'm at or go somewhere else? Okay. So it's a medical question, Devaya. I will go ahead and answer it since you're a regular visitor, but I will tell you that I have to remind you, just for legal purposes, I cannot give medical advice. I don't think this is medical advice. That's why I'm going to go ahead and answer it. But just be aware of that if you have a medical situation, you need to take care of that no matter what. But let's see. Yeah, it's always good to think about what you want, because you can't control what other people want. But like I said, Samantha, you're a 21-year-old woman. You can have your pick of any good time boy you want. What you're looking for is the man who wants to commit, okay? Okay, so Devaya has a medical appointment, and they're wanting to know, should they wait where they're at or go someplace else? Know thyself. Okay. Let's see what I get, Devaya. I'm not really sure what I'm going to get on this question, but we'll see, okay? Okay, right away we have the Knight of Swords reversed, but let's see where he's headed. The Three of Wands and the Moon reversed. Honestly, I'm getting either. The only thing that I'm getting, that because the Knight of Wands reversed kind of would be like a definite no, stay where you are, and then the Three of Wands would be like maybe go somewhere else. So the only thing that's really clearly giving me a message with regard to it is the Moon, which is don't wait any longer than a month. So whatever you decide, don't put it off. Make sure you get it done within the month. But whether it's there where you are right now or someplace else, I think it could be either one. It's just more about timing, making sure that you get it taken care of before the month's out. All right. So next up we have Candy. Candy, if you're still here, if you'll go ahead and post your question. Yeah. Well, if you're feeling restless and you want to go elsewhere, then go elsewhere. I don't think that where you do it matters. Not based on what I read. I think what is important is that you get it taken care of fairly quickly. Like, don't wait or completely ignore it. Candy, are you here? You're welcome, hon. Okay, Candy, what is your question? Can you tell me how Tay is going to feel about us after he hears our voice memo? Tay. I just talked to someone that was asking about a Tay. Who is this Tay to you? What's their relationship to you? What is Tay's relation? How's Tay going to react to the voice memo? Oh, I see. Okay. What's Tay's reaction going to be to the voice memo that Candy sent? Ah, what's his sign, do you know? Yeah, he definitely doesn't know if he wants to be a team with you, for sure. So we have the Three of Coins, the Nine of Cups, and the Death card. I think this relationship's probably going to peter out on its own. I think that the Nine of Cups is kind of like the wish card. So it's a Taurus. Okay. Tauruses a lot of times will hem and haw because they don't want to hurt someone. Not necessarily because they're indecisive, but because they don't want to hurt someone. So the fact that he doesn't want to hurt you tells me that he doesn't want to get involved. He may not be willing to admit that to himself. And Tauruses, they do like their intimacy. So they might hold on to it just for the sake of having something warm and soft that's convenient. I'm using euphemisms here. But I think ultimately they don't really want to make it anything permanent, and I say that because of that Death card at the end. I started to talk about the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups. So this is like a wish fulfillment. This is almost there, but not quite. You definitely want to get to a place of 10 of Cups with a person or lovers to really seal the deal. So I think that probably there, you've got the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck here, which means there's probably a lot of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like things, like actual solid physical things in the world that stand in the way of this ever really going anywhere. I feel like it's not going to go anywhere, and it'll probably peter out fairly quickly if you allow it to. Now you can certainly keep stoking the fire if that's what you want. No judgment here. But if you're looking for something long term, like an actual like committed relationship, I don't think this is the one. That would be my response to you. At least at the present moment. So maybe take a step back, see what happens, see if it peters out on its own, or whether they come towards you, and maybe that'll help to push them a different direction. But right now I don't feel like they are interested in that at the moment. And Taurus is not a bad match. You share a lot in common. The problem is stubborn, right? And maybe not communicating too much. Yeah. Okay, Candy Girl. Thank you. And thank you for subscribing and liking. I appreciate that. Okay, so we've got Savi, or Sanvi, and absolutely Aheng, A-H-E-N-G. I'll put you on after Savi. I'm going to give Savi a minute to come back in and give me their question, or Sanvi, and then if they don't return or don't respond, I'll go ahead and go to you. And Aheng, I don't know what your actual name is, so I'm going to call you Aha. I hope that's okay, because that's what you remind me of. Okay, I see your question, Sanvi. Ujual's current feelings for Shirosis, no contact. Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions that I ask everybody. I'm assuming these two people, one of them is you, and if so, when you say no contact, is this someone that you know only on the internet, or have you known them in real life? Were you in a relationship with them, or have you been dating them, or is it just someone you are interested in? And I'm going to shuffle the cards while I wait for your answer. I feel like, just off the top of my head without finishing shuffling the cards, no contact means no contact. There's no interest there. However, if you're looking for closure, sometimes we don't get closure. Sometimes people just ghost us. Long distance. Well, there you go right there. I had a feeling. I think that as wonderful as the internet is, long distance relationships are hard under any situation. Oh, thank you, Amanda. That helps me. He's not in, you know that he broke up with you, so you're wanting to know what are his feelings about that, I'm guessing. What are his feelings regarding, he broke up with her, he hasn't been contacting her, we want to know what his current feelings are. Did he give you an explanation? Or did he just say, I'm breaking up, and that's it? Six of Wands reversed. Queen of Coins. The World. There's somebody else. I feel like with the Six of Wands reversed, he just got tired of carrying the flame. If there's somebody else, the answer is no. I don't think so. I'm assuming that he did not tell you why he was breaking up with you. Is that true? And the World. Okay, if he told you, you need to believe what he told you. Whether you think it's true or not is beside the point. I think with a long distance relationship, it's a difficult relationship, and if there's someone that's easier to be in a relationship with, then that is going to challenge the relationship. I don't know if he's actually met someone, but he definitely has his eyes elsewhere. And he's moved on. I mean, the world card is there at the very end. I mean, there's completion here. This relationship has completed whatever it was meant to do in the cycle of your lives. It has done it. And so he's moved on, and it's time for you to move on. I do see on the bottom of the deck a King of Cups, which indicates there might be someone for you coming into the picture sometime soon that has love to offer you. Look around your immediate environment. It's much easier to maintain a relationship with someone you can see in person more frequently. Okay? And I'm very sorry for your loss. You've got better things coming your way. Okay, so Amanda, you are up. What's your question, Amanda? Who? Who what? You mean who's the person? I don't know. If you would like a more I don't know if you mean who for you or who for him, but who for him, you don't need to know. There's a very famous saying that is, what other people think of me is none of my business. It's a healthy way to look at things. If you mean for yourself, I don't know. I'm just saying be open to that. Okay, Amanda. Do the cards see when or where I might meet someone in love? Okay. Amanda's looking for someone to spend the winter with, for sure. You know, this time of year is the time when most people couple up, and I think that it's because instinctually we're looking for someone to keep us warm through the winter. I know for me, it seems like almost every relationship I've ever been in started in the fall. Amanda, do you have someone in your sights, or you're wide open to any possibility? Let's see what we get, Amanda. Got the Nine of Coins reversed. Well, you're definitely not going to be alone. You do have someone, a possible connection with someone. There is some kind of obstacle or blockage. But The Ace of Cups ends it. So I'm going to say yes with some caveats. I think that the fact that all three of them reversed makes me want to read them right side up. So if I read them right side up, I would say that you have someone that who has something in common with you. They have a real connection with you, and there is a potential for a new love as a result. However, with them all being reversed like that, that leads me to believe that there's probably going to be some hitches, some hiccups along the way. So just sail right through them and have faith that things will turn out for the good of everybody, okay? As far as timing, we have mostly water here. I think that probably not this fall, maybe late winter. Possibly even into spring. But keep your options open. I mean, it could be tomorrow. I'm not really getting a clear timing card here. All right. Amanda, I hope that's a good old boy. Those are good cards as far as a new relationship. They really are. It's just that the reversals usually mean some kind of blockage. But I don't have a particular timing there. I'm just speculating based on the elements of the cards. Let me just say it'll probably be in an in-between season, so not summer, not winter. So maybe late winter or late fall, that kind of thing. Okay. Krishna, I'm going to call you Krishna if that's okay. Krishna, what is your name? Thank you, honey. What is your question, Krishna? Krishna, I think you're going to be my last reading of the night. Okay, again, were you dating? Have you met in real life? And was there a breakup of some sort? Okay, so the yes, that's okay. Okay, so Krishna, were you dating? Did you know each other in real life, or was it a long distance or an internet kind of relationship? And was there an official breakup, or did they just ghost you? Okay, I'm not sure what you're yesing to. Can you tell me what you're yesing to? On and off for a year. In real life or in some kind of virtual sense? I'm going to assume that we're dating, but long distance, another long distance. Okay. I just had a person ask that same question not 5 minutes ago. And I'm going to tell you, long distance is hard in the best of situations. Did they give you an explanation? Did they officially break up with you? Or did they just disappear? Did they officially break up with you, or did they just stop calling? And if you're in the room, the queue is closing after I finish with this reading. Did they officially break up with you, or did they just disappear? He was confused. Okay. So we have your King of Cups. We have the Empress reversed. And we have the Queen of Wands reversed. What's your what energy do you feel like most describes you? Would you say you're more fiery, more watery, more earthy, or more airy? How would you describe yourself? Are you fire, water, earth, or air? I have a feeling, and he himself, yeah, he's definitely confused. The energy I'm getting here is that he's not able to take in all of who you are. Like, you're a little, like, I don't know whether he's a quiet or more reserved person, but you're a lot for him. Watery and airy. Okay. He thinks that you are attractive, and he thinks that you have a lot of good qualities, but he's not sure if this is what is best for him, that is healthy for him. However, I think that there are feelings there. Yeah, with the Queen of, that's what I was asking, because the Queen of Wands is definitely the more charismatic, outgoing person that everyone is really attracted to, like everyone, you light up a room kind of thing. And with Cups people, they tend to be more reserved, more wallflowery, like they want to kind of stand back and observe the situation. I just feel like it's a little bit of overwhelm in their case. That's their problem, not your problem. But I do think there are feelings there. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to lead to something, or that they're going to start contacting you again. So I don't want you to hang all your hopes and dreams on that one person. But I do want you to know that there's no animosity here. There's no anger or hate towards you. You haven't done anything wrong. Continue to be yourself, and the right people will come to you. The wrong people will come to you, because when you're very bright, you're a light that attracts a lot of people. And that can be a kind of a disability, because all of them, the good, bad, and the ugly, will be attracted to you. But you need to have a real clear idea of all those, which one is the best one for you, and which one are you the best one for. All right, that is it, my friend. I don't know if he'll come back. You know, when you're talking about another person's will, not your will, and you're talking about what might happen in the future, I can't answer that with tarot. That's not how tarot works. It's not fortune telling. What I can say is that it may happen, the door isn't completely closed, and that you can't hang all your dreams on one person who's not even there. That's the best I can tell you. But it's not because of anything that you did wrong, or there's anything wrong with you, okay? And there's nothing wrong with him either. Sometimes the ingredients just don't mix for whatever reason, okay? All right, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and say good night. Thanks to everyone that came in today to get a reading, and I hope that you are blessed by everything that has transpired tonight in some way. I hope to be on again sometime soon, but you can always visit my Buy Me a Coffee if you want to get a more extensive reading. And you can always donate if you want to support my channel. And okay, if you would like to have a career reading, I'm happy to do that. But the donation for a reading is $10. So if you want to, you can use Venmo, CashApp, or Zelle to send your donation. Or better yet, since I'm at the end of my time here, send me an email and we can discuss what kind of reading you want and get you paid. And then what I can do is do a private reading that was pre-recorded. So if you want a reading on the career, go ahead and send me an email, okay? Because I'm tapped out and it's time for me to go and end my broadcast. All right,